Okay, right here is a 1983 Caterpillar D9L. Following the success of Caterpillar's first high-track drive bulldozer, the D10, Caterpillar engineers began working on designing a second high-track drive bulldozer to replace the older D9H. That tractor would become known as the D9L, which was introduced in 1980. Now, let's go and get a closer look at the 9L. Three different blade sizes were offered for the D9L, depending on what the customer preferred. The big blade that you see on the front of this 9L is a Model 9U blade. It measures 16 feet 4 inches across, and it is rated to handle 23.4 cubic yards of material. And to help give you an idea of the size of a D9L, this tractor measures 13 feet 10 inches tall from the ground to the top of the ropes over the operator's cab, and 10 feet 6 inches wide. The D9L's undercarriage featured bogie-mounted track rollers. All bogies, 4 per side, oscillated on sealed and lubricated track pins to conform to rough terrain by putting more track on the ground for better traction. This new design also provided for a smoother ride for the operator. Like its larger brother, the D10, the new D9L featured an elevated sprocket and final drive system. This design helped remove shock that caused gear and bearing wear, which reduced abrasive wear on the seals. It also kept the final drives out of the water and mud, and minimized contact from big rocks. Another benefit to this design was that the entire final drive module, which includes the steering, clutch, and brake system, could be removed as a single unit. And on the side of this tractor, you can see the classic Caterpillar logo and where it says D9L. As you can see, this particular D9L is equipped with a single shank ripper. However, Caterpillar also offered a multi-shank ripper for the D9L, depending on what the customer preferred. If you look up top, you can see the 2 cylinders to tilt the ripper forward and back. And down bottom, you can see the 2 cylinders to raise and lower the ripper. Okay, now let's go up on top of the 9L. The D9L is powered by a Caterpillar 3412 4-stroke turbocharged V12 diesel engine, which you can see right under the hood here. And this engine produces 460 horsepower for this tractor, which is 50 horsepower more than the older D9H. And right here you can see the single air cleaner. Now let's go inside and check out the operator's cab. From here you can get a good overview inside the operator's cab of the D9L. Okay, out in front on the control panel, you can see all the warning lights and gauges to monitor this entire tractor when it's in operation. Here you can see switches for the headlights. This is the ignition switch. And this hand lever that you see out here off to the right side controls the engine throttle. You pull back to increase the throttle and push forward to decrease the throttle. On the floor you can see 2 foot pedals. This pedal on the left side controls the brake. The pedal on the right side controls the decelerator. Off to my left are the 2 steering, clutch, and brake hand levers, which you can see right here. This is how you steer the D9L. Each hand lever controls each individual track, and how these work is very simple. You pull back halfway to apply the steering clutch, and pull back all the way to apply the track brake. The D9L has a Caterpillar planetary type full power shift transmission installed in it. And this hand lever that you see right here, located directly behind the steering, clutch, and brake hand levers, is the gear shift for the transmission. This is in the neutral position right here. There are 3 forward speeds and 3 reverse speeds on the D9L. This hand lever you see over here on my right side controls all the functions of the blade out in front. And the hand lever that you see located directly behind the blade hand lever controls all the functions of the shank gripper, which is located on the back of the tractor, which you can see looking out the rear window. Another improvement that was made to the D9L was that the operator's seat was angled 15 degrees to the right to provide for better operator visibility. And from here you can get a crystal clear view of what the operator would see if he were running a D9L. Mounted on the right side of this tractor is a 22-gallon hydraulic oil reservoir tank, which you can see right here. And here you can see the cap to fill the tank with hydraulic oil. Mounted directly behind the operator's cab on the back of the tractor sits a 255-gallon diesel fuel tank, which you can see right back there. The cap to fill this tank with fuel is located on the left side of the tractor. And the overall operating weight of a D9L equipped with a 9U blade and a single shank ripper, as you see right here, is 64 tons. With the multi-shank ripper installed, the D9L weighs in at 64.5 tons. Even though the D9L was introduced as the replacement for the D9H, the D9H was still kept in production following the introduction of the D9L. This was done as a precaution in case the D9L failed in the marketplace Caterpillar would still be able to fall back on the old reliable D9H. However, just like the D10, the D9L was an immediate success in the marketplace, and because of this, the D9H was officially dropped from Caterpillar's product line in 1981. The D9L would remain in production until 1987, when the tractor was replaced with the newer and upgraded D10N. But there she is, the legendary Caterpillar D9L.